Good morning students. Welcome back to SST class. Now children, in this video we will start a new lesson, the Western Desert of India. Desert. What is desert? In previous chapter already I explained that what is desert. Desert is a dry area land. It is very hot and it has a very less rainfall. And few plants are grown in a desert. Okay, this is a desert. So in this video we will learn about desert, Western Desert of India. Okay, you have learned a few things about deserts in class 3. You have also learnt about the desert in class 3. As you know, a desert is a flat area covered with sand. Okay, already explained that desert is a dry area land and it is covered with sand. It has very little vegetation. In desert area, vegetations are grow in a few little quantity. Why? Because desert area is a dry area and it has a very less rainfall. Rajasthan lies to the southwest of northern plains. The map shows that a huge area of Rajasthan is a desert. Okay, look at here map. Look at the map. This part is a Rajasthan part. Okay, and it lies the southwest. Here, look at here, this is the northern plains and the Rajasthan lies the southwest of northern plains. The Aravalli Hills divide Rajasthan into two parts. This is the Aravalli range. It divides Rajasthan in two parts. First is the western part. This direction is a western direction and this direction is a eastern direction. So Aravalli range divide the Rajasthan in two parts, western parts and eastern part. Okay, so children, eastern part is a quite fertile. Look at here, this is the eastern part and this part is a quite fertile because the rivers flow in this part, and the western part are rocky and sandy. The western part are rocky and sandy. The eastern part is a quite fertile while the western part is a rocky and sandy. The river Chambal flows in the eastern part. The river Chambal flow in the eastern part. The western part is known as the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. This is a Rajasthan state, and this part we also known as the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert. Okay, Rajasthan also known as the Great Indian Desert and the Thar Desert. Its length is about 800 km and the width about 500 km. The Thar Desert was formed due to low rainfall and heavy soil erosion. How the Thar Desert formed? The Thar Desert was formed due to low rainfall. It is formed by the less rainfall and heavy soil erosion. The Thar Desert spreads from the Aravalli Hills to the border of Pakistan. the Thar Desert spreads from the Thar Desert extend from the Aravalli Hills to the border of Pakistan. Pakistan is our neighbor country in the west, and from Run of Kutch in the southwest to the border of Haryana. In the west, it forms a part of large Sindh Desert in Pakistan. The Thar Desert is made up of rocks and sand. The Thar Desert, the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert, is made up rocks and sand. Now comes to the next topic, vegetations. Everyone knows that the desert area is a very dry land and few plants are grow in a desert. Why? Just because of the less rainfall, okay, and sandy soil. The deserts gets very little rainfall because of the sandy soil and lack of water. Okay, as I told you that the desert area is a very dry area and it has a very less rainfall. It has a sandy soil and lack of water. These reasons behind that vegetation is not rich in a desert. At some places we can see scattered bushes and thorny shrubs. Some places you can see that the bushes and thorny shrubs. There are a few streams which gets filled up only when there is a rain. You can see that in a desert area a few streams, okay, few streams, but these streams filled only by the rain. Okay, if there is a no rain, then stream is a dry, but when the rain fall, the stream is a filled by the water, and the streams filled only by the rain. You can see that some places stream. There is a self shortage of drinking water for the people who live there. So whose peoples live in Rajasthan, these peoples store the drinking water because they know that in Rajasthan area the scarcity of water. So that's why these peoples store the water at their home. Now comes to the next topic, landforms. Because of very little vegetation, so erosion occurs due to wind. Many small hills of sand called sand dunes can be seen in the desert. Sand dunes are formed when sand starts peeling around any barrier that blocks the sand ladle desert wind. ठीक है, because of very little vegetation, so erosion occurs due to wind. ठीक है, जब क्या होता है वहाँ पर बहुत ही कम बारिश होती है, ठीक है, तो बारिश कम होती है तो जो सॉइल वहाँ पर क्या होता है, सॉइल इरोजन होता है। और ये जो सैंड ड्यून्स होता है, सैंड ड्यून्स क्या होता है, सैंड ड्यून्स कैसे बनाते हैं, इसको कहते हैं हम रेत के टीले। ठीक है, ये जैसे हवा चलती है, जब हवा चलती है, विंड इज रनिंग वेरी फास्टली, तो ये इस तरीके से रेत को एक जगह पर क्या करती है, इकट्ठा करती है। ठीक है, ये एक जगह पर क्या कर देती है, ऐसे इकट्ठा टीले टाइप का बना देती है। ठीक है, इकट्ठा कर देती है। और फिर क्या होता है, जब फिर हवा चलेगी, फिर हवा चलती है तो ये फिर इस रेत को उड़ा करके यहाँ पर इकट्ठा कर देगी। तो इस तरीके से क्या बनाते हैं, सैंड ड्यून्स बनाते हैं। ठीक है। The strong winds the desert keep moving the dunes from one place to another place। ठीक है, ये एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पर क्या करते हैं, उसको लेकर के जाते हैं। The hot winds carry a lot of sand with them। जो हॉट विंड्स होती है, गर्म हवा होती है, वो क्या करती है, कैरी अ लॉट ऑफ सैंड विद देम, अपने साथ क्या करती है, बहुत सी सैंड लेकर के जाती है। एंड सर्व सैंड स्टॉर्म्स आर कॉमन, द ओनली रिवर लूनी फ्लोज थ्रू द डेजर्ट। ठीक है, ओनली रिवर लूनी, लूनी रिवर्स ओनली फ्लो थ्रू द डेजर्ट। दिस इज सीजनल रिवर्स। There are places where underground water comes to the surface or forms a pool. This pool is called an oasis। ठीक है, जैसे कि आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, look at here, ये देखो, ये क्या है, यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं। ठीक है, ये अंडरग्राउंड वाटर है और इसको हम क्या कहते हैं, ओएसिस कहते हैं। और इसके कॉर्नर में क्या होते हैं, पेड़ होते हैं, जैसे आपका कीकर पेड़, बबूल ट्री, ठीक है, पाम ट्री, ये इसके सराउंडिंग क्या करते हैं, ग्रो करते हैं। ठीक है, इसके सराउंडिंग क्या करते हैं, ये ग्रो करते हैं। द गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड प्लान्स टू supply water not only for households but also for irrigating। ठीक है, government also planned that water supply not for household but also for irrigating the field। For this purpose Indira Gandhi Canal has been built to bring water from the Satluj river। This canal brings water to extremely dry area for Ganganagar, Bikaner and Jaisalmer। ठीक है, this canal is made by the government। Why? Just because of the household work and irrigating the fields। ठीक है, ये कैनल क्या है, गवर्नमेंट ने बनाया है, इंदिरा गांधी कैनल, ये गवर्नमेंट ने बनाया है। क्यों? क्योंकि यहाँ पर क्या होती है, पानी की कमी होती है। तो ये गवर्नमेंट ने क्या है, अगर पानी नहीं आता है तो उसके सप्लाई करने, यहाँ से क्या होगा, वाटर क्या होगा, सप्लाई होगा। ठीक है, सो दैट्स वाई द गवर्नमेंट हैज मेड दिस कैनल। ओके। Okay, next, climate। The climate of the desert is of the extreme type। In winters the days are pleasant but the nights are very cold। In summers the days are very hot but the nights are cool। अब जो डेजर्ट का जो क्लाइमेट है वो कैसा है, बहुत ही गर्म है। बट इन विंटर्स में कैसा है, डेज आर प्लेजेंट, बहुत ही सुहावना है। बट द नाइट्स आर वेरी कोल्ड, लेकिन रात को क्या होता है, बहुत ही ठंडा होता है। इन समर, अब समर्स में कैसा मौसम है, द डेज आर वेरी हॉट, दिन कैसे होते हैं, बहुत ही गर्म होते हैं। क्यों होता है बच्चों, जब क्या होता है, सन रेज पड़ती है तो जो रेत होती है तो वो बहुत जल्दी क्या हो जाती है, गर्म होती है। ठीक है, जो रेत होती है वो बहुत जल्दी गर्म होती है और उतनी ही जल्दी क्या हो जाती है, ठंडी भी होती है। तो दिन में क्या होता है, रेत आपकी गर्म होने के कारण डेज आपके बहुत गर्म होते हैं। और रात में क्या होता है, जब वो रेत ठंडी हो जाती है तो आपकी नाइट्स कैसे होती है, कूल होती है। हॉट ड्राई विंड्स ब्लो ड्यूरिंग द डे। द रेनफॉल इज अ वेरी लिटिल इफ देयर इज एन ओकेजनल shower। Streams fill up with water, however this water does not fulfill the needs of the pupil। ठीक है, यहाँ पर बहुत कम बारिश होती है। इफ़ देयर इज़ एन ओकेजनल शावर स्ट्रीम्स फिल अप विद वाटर, अगर कभी क्या है स्ट्रीम्स फिल होते हैं, पानी से फिल होते हैं। हाउ एवर दिस वाटर डज नॉट fulfill the needs of the pupil, but this water is not enough for the pupils' work. Sometimes it does not rain for many years at a stretch. The hot climate in desert region does not allow the growth of trees. ठीक है, sometimes sometimes the rain, it does not rain for a many years. ठीक है, the hot climate in desert region, the climate of the desert region climate is a very hot, so that's why few plants are grow in a desert. The population in this area is low. In Rajasthan the population is very low. The desert area population is very low. Why? Just because of the lack of water, because everyone wants to water, and without water we can't do anything and we can't live, because many household work done by the water. ठीक है, so that's why few pupils live in this area. Important cities in this area are Jodhpur, Bikaner and Jaisalmer. Camel is the chief means of transportation in desert. Camel, everyone knows that the camel we also call the ship of the desert. So camel is a cheap transportations in desert. It can live without water and food for many days. Okay, camel lives without water and food for many days because it stored the water and food their hump. The camel has broad padded feet which help it to walk firmly on the sand. The camel has broad padded feet. ठीक है, जो इसके फीट होते हैं वो कैसे होते हैं, ब्रॉड पैडेड होते हैं. दैट्स वाई camel move easily move on the sand. It is called the ship of the desert. ठीक है, we also known the camel ship of the desert. Places that receive very little rainfall become a desert over many years. Man is also responsible for creating deserts, cutting off trees and allowing overgrazing by animals increases the desert area. We should plant more and more trees to stop the turning of fertile area into desert. ठीक है, अब जो ये डेजर्ट है, डेजर्ट का बनने का मेन कारण क्या है, पीपल्स हैं. वाई? बिकॉज पीपल्स कट द ट्रीज. ठीक है, उन्होंने क्या करा है, ट्रीज को कटिंग करा है और एनिमल्स को क्या करते हैं, ओवर ग्रेजिंग करने के लिए अलाउ करते हैं. इफ यू प्लांट अ मोर एंड मोर ट्रीज to the stop turning of fertile area into desert. ठीक है, हम लोग fertile एरिया को desert में convert होने से we can stop that, रोक सकते हैं. Okay, now next topic is life in the desert and central plateau. Rajasthan is the largest state in India. Everyone knows that the area-wise Rajasthan is the largest state in India. It is located in the northwestern part of India. Where is the Rajasthan located? It is located in the northwestern part of India. The western part of Rajasthan is a desert. The soil here is a sandy and there is a little rainfall. The western part of Rajasthan is a desert. The soil here is a sandy, okay, and there is a little rainfall. The desert of Rajasthan is known as the Thar Desert. The desert of Rajasthan, we also known as the Thar Desert or the Great Indian Desert. Life is very the Thar Desert has very little water or vegetations.